Did we get Mirror Mirror? We got Mirror Mirror. We're Exodia build. Holy moly. This is Exodia build. To start off here, I mean, we always take Happy Little Tree. Let's just do this, because maybe we lock if we get a goat pair. No, we get a kitty cup purse. That's cool. Definitely happy with that. Unfortunately, we are up against Gwen, so there is a chance that we just take 5 here. Which would be annoying, of course, but... No, we don't take 5. We deal 3, but we don't get the +1 gold. So, not the best, not the worst. Let's flip another evil unit rather than take a pair of baby dragons. Cool. Labyrinth Minotaur is quite cool there. We could flip another evil unit by locking Shard of the Ice Queen and picking up Wizard's Familiar as well. I like that. This is a Krampus game. We're playing Krampus. It would be pretty nice to dream into Krampus with our first hero power, with all of these evil units we got going. Frontlining the Minotaur so that way the kitty has a like 75% chance to slay. Nice. That was basically ideal combat there. Okay. Oh, we got an extra gold too. Okay, that does make some things interesting, but I don't think it changes anything. I think we still just do this. Cool. Now I think we get away with something like this or this. Both of these are quite strong. We could also do this, which does have some benefits as well. Okay, I'm into this. Let's roll with this. Pretty decent odds to slay still. Nice, we get the slay. I just tried to look over. I had the mask up and I tried to look over to see the Happy Little Tree's health there. But we have an extra cash here and we get to become a new hero. So big turn, a lot of decisions to make. Let's start. Where do I start? Let's start by dreaming. And we are 100% taking skip. That is quite an obvious one. And then I think from here, I'll grab a lucky. Just debating if I want baby dragon or the doubly or roll. I think I like baby dragon plus roll though, to be totally honest. Baby dragon's still good at this point in the game. This seems irrelevant because we're about to level up. Could lock for Romeo. Romeo good on skip. If I had just rolled, I potentially would have sold a unit to pick up the Romeo, but that is not the case. We're going to start off next turn by dreaming as well, so that'll provide some additional information / incentive / direction. That's the word I'm looking for. Baby Dragon quite good against the Stag, so that was good for us. But we are still probably just losing to ranged unit. No, we tie. Wow, 40 health mask. This is a really good game. Okay, we could take a monster book here. We could also take a nutcracker. All of those things work really well with Wizard's Familiar. There's also a Genie's Wish, which to be honest is kind of spicy. Monster book, nutcracker, Genie's Wish is pretty good. But this has got to give us some clutch info here. Yeah, and I was thinking like Merlin seems really, really good. That definitely incentivizes us to pick up the book anyways. Maybe we just straight up lock Genie's Wish. Don't think that's the craziest play in the world either here. Okay, let's cycle the shop slightly and then lock Genie's Wish, just because it gives a decent amount of stats across the board. I think this is quite good. Nutcracker is like incredibly ahead of the curve, but Share Bear, the same level that we are, kind of concerning. But we do get a kitty cup per slate. Excuse me. Kitty cup per slate and a win. That's what I was going to say. I have have to remember we're not speed running either. We can take our time. This is nice. This is nice. Like Sporko, definitely like Spellweaver, though. So definitely want to start with something like this. Kind of want to find another monster book. And we have some rolls to do it. Let's sell, then Genie's Wish. Okay, not a bad spell at all. It's going to get us a tier 4 treasure. Let's roll for monster book. We'll hold up now. The End. I like The End. We can cut this. And here we could buy Fanny Greedy, lock The End, and we'll be level 5 next turn. Sure. I think this is quite powerful for what is everyone else's 3.2. Is that right? No, that's not right. Wow. Oh, an Earthquake is so big for us here. We're going to get Nutcracker this turn. Obviously, we really want Fork. But we're going to walk away with a bunch of extra cash. We do get our tier 4 treasure. We take out the pig. Or not pig, frog. But we are going to take a little bit of damage here. That's fine. That's our first damage of the game. Got to be feeling pretty good about that. We are able to get Forking Rod as well as Moonsong Horn, and apparently I did not lock that last shop. So that's awkward, but I'm definitely going to take Forking Rod. It's just so good with buffing up Spellweaver and Wizard's Familiar. This is actually an incredible amount of cash because it makes all of these free. All right, let's grab this. I think I buy a Lightning Dragon too, though. Where do we actually put it? No, let's just buy Vampire, roll for Monster Book. I do want to triple some tier 3 units because tier 3 treasures are really good. I think I just want Monster Books though too. This is tricky. We're out of time already too. I should have locked that XP spell too. So there was way too many decisions to make this turn. And in this game in general, there's just been a ton of decisions that I've had to make. We get the Slay with Choop. That's really good. And that's going to allow us to win this combat too. And take out Gwen. So we're speed running. I should have the clock. I should just have it on the screen in all of my games regardless. Because we're on 5.0 and that's definitely a new record. So Baba Yaga obviously looking quite strong. Let's take that. Could do this, but I don't think that's worth it. Well, we'll find Aeon potentially. Fireball double cast has got to be decent as well. This is just an upgrade now because we got the Choop stats. I think I like this too. Just debating Fireball. I think I go for Fireball. Oh, I should have sold stuff because we are Merlin. You know what I like this game? I do like 9C Terror. I do have to at least consider Vampire. Not that I'm going to lock for it, but that I possibly should have considered Vampire. I think I'm just, though, trying to find some direction from tier 5 treasures because we've got, that's one of the always things with skip games is you don't really get those early treasures because you basically skip level 3, especially as a mask skip game. You do not really get to grab your hat and your ball, but Forking Rod, double Fireball here, probably enough to just put my opponent in the grave. And then we're going to fire off another lightning bolt too. So a bunch of damages nonetheless. Some stats on Baba Yaga to boot. And a nice little win for us. Wormroot's pretty solid. Wormroot is quite solid indeed. I think I just ripped that. Again, I forgot to sell my units first, but that's fine. I'll pick up a 9 Sea Terror. Definitely picking up a Mimic Chest. Staff of the Old Toad, also really interesting. But Mimic Chest plays so well, and now I think I want to get Shoulder Fairies in here. And honestly, speedrunning has changed me. We're just speedrunning this. Look at this. This game's like over. We can sell 3 units to pick up a Shoulder Fairies. I definitely think we should do that. What we really want now is Hat or Horn, but really we want Hat, or we could get Aeon still. Also, certainly an option. I'm not going to toss the 9 Sea Terror, come to think of it, because I think that we can get a True Love's Kiss on that potentially. So what am I selling to put in the Shoulder Fairies? The Greedy? Probably. Okay, this looks strong. Trying to play strong of a board as we can at all points here along the line. Choop is going to get that Slay, so that's nice. And our ranged units should have no problem cleaning up some little dwarvies. So we hit the Sphinx for 7, but we've only lost, I think, 1 combat, right? Okay. Aeon is definitely the play, and I think I want to roll for a spell that will be Forking Rodded and give Aeon a bunch of stats. Those Shoulder Fairies, quite tempting. I could Poison Apple my opponent's board, which gives a lot of chances for Aeon to get online as well. So if that's the play, do I want the Shoulder Fairies? Because if I do, I've got to sell 2 things right now. I'm not convinced that I want the Shoulder Fairies, so let's actually roll. Okay, this is an insane amount of stats onto Aeon. So let's just go for that. So now we should have 2 cheaper spells. Our spell should cost 2 less next turn. We could gain a bunch of life, though I don't think that that's really worth it. Monster Book's cute. But we're not playing the Monster Book that we currently have. I mean, eventually we will. I think we're certainly mages and not Shoulder Fairy, but Shoulder Fairy was just good stats for the coin. So not... Okay, I was going to say not too upset about that, but really good stats for my opponent too. This Sharebear that was up 2 XP on the lobby is definitely still putting in some work right now, but we are going to be able to beat them. They are just probably going to be our main competitor with some trees and Aeons of their own. Well, I do think I like Burning Palm. So let's go for that. And then I think we'll chase treasures. There's also the Dwarven Pivot. Pivot onto Dwarves. With everybody level 6, though, doesn't seem like that could really be in the cards. Okay, here's another unit, and it's one of the best units we can find. And then here's Storm King, also one of the best units that we can find. So now I think we're playing something like this with a Storm King in it. Let's sell Well, Shoulder Fairies doesn't do anything without the Nutcracker, so let's sell the Nutcracker. We could put in Spellweaver, but I think that this is the way to play it here. Let's just continue to play Strongest Board, and we'll look at tripling the Spellweaver. We do get our Slay with Aeon, so that's really nice. And my opponent doesn't have Court Wizard, so we're going to have a decent amount of stats here now. We didn't get to zap the Romeo, though. That would have been awesome. But ranged units, I think, can do my opponent in here. It's just Juliet versus my ranged units. And that's going to be just barely a win. So I guess I am glad that we played everything how we did. Okay, a tier 4 treasure. Certainly not as good as a tier 3 treasure. I'm not going to care about a tier 4 treasure. Jormungand is interesting. We are playing Slay units with Baba Yaga. But I don't think it's what I want to do. Shrivel against a Zelhua that we haven't seen in a long, long time is somewhat enticing. Okay, this is a bunch of stats. Merlin's Test. I think I'm for this. And just put it on Aeon. Only question is, do I want to sell Nutcracker before we do so? No. We get some stats on Spellweaver. Now I kind of want to sell Nyan Sea Terror. Also, we could go just like this now. Let's pick up Nyan Sea Terror. I think, no, let's roll. I should have picked up the, alright, I'll lock coin. Sorry, that was a little bit of a mess of a turn. Thinking through my plays a little bit too much there, potentially. They get our Stormweaver, but we are going to have cheap spells this turn. I should have switched my 2 Spellweavers so that we got to pump this other one. Okay, we will take a little bit of damage here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more even as we crack open their pig right before we finish them off. But it's only our second loss of the game. Cannot feel too bad about that. Okay, this gives us a ton of coin, which is why I locked it. Let's trash some stuff here, though, now, too. I'm going to keep the Sea Terror. Is a lot of stats. Maybe we should be putting a bunch of stats on a dragon. Just want to triple something though, I think. Cindy plus this like auto activates. I probably should have just taken Cindy anyways. This is probably worth it. That was definitely 100% worth it. Wow. Okay. What a turn. I combined my Spellweavers. Didn't get a treasure from combining it, but now I've got Mimic 9th book. So we just take any mages that we find. And all of our mages cast 2 spells. So this is the build. Let's just look for mages. We're not Merlin anymore, so we're not getting additional triggers off the mages, but we are quite strong. We get to cast this a bunch of times. Let's cast it on Choop, I believe. And I think that's a spell worth casting. We got a good boy with a bunch of attack. I don't really think that does too much for us. Let's lock any mages. Or purchase any mages. We do have this, which is a silly combination of things. All Alright, here's a mage. It casts 2 spells. It's got to be worth playing. Maybe should have just taken that Mad Mim there, too. I actually don't know if that's worth it. Alright, let's move this over. Potentially should have just cast it on the Spellweaver, but it's a mage, so I don't want to lose any of my mages. Next turn, let's just try to find 2 more mages. I'll buy Mad Mim, I'll buy whatever. Everything casts 2 spells, everything's a monster book. By the end of this combat, this Spellweaver will actually have some stats on it too. So I'm not super worried about that. Like, I could play the Riverwash Mermaid over the Good Boy, or over the Spellweaver. Because the Riverwash would be a 38-17, 34-17. I'm not going to worry about that, though. This is just a monster book with ranged and no stats. It's just a monster book. By the end of the combat, it's just a monster book. Okay, Shrivel onto Baba Yaga with some Echo Woods, but we can easily scam these Echo Woods. That is not a problem. There's scam number 1. There's a scam. It's not the exact scam that we needed, but it's a scam that's going to keep our Storm King alive and allow us to eat all these other dwarves, which makes it more likely that my other scam hits on the Echo Wood. And actually, we don't need to scam. We're just a ranged unit. We're just attacking with a ranged unit here. That is going to be enough to almost get the kill, but it is going to be enough to at least get a tie on that combat. Strongly after Health Potion right now. Health Potion is absolutely huge. Making a unit good is obviously worth considering. You know what? I should have taken... 100% should have taken Copycat. Alright, let's grab a Mage and a Copycat. This is quite strong. Beauty's Influence is a ton of stats. Certainly worth casting. What was I just talking about? Oh, finding health. Oh, baby. Better lucky than good. So now if we take damage again, we get to toss Forking Rod for another tier 6 treasure. Let's just go for this for now, though. We do want health on Copycat. But yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Copycat attacks and casts 4 spells now, or it just dies. Yes. No, I'm definitely going to look for a Forbidden Fruit now. Or we could just wind up losing a combat. But if I find a Forbidden Fruit, I'm going to cast it, for sure. That is just the kind of stuff that I am here to do. So we do need to scam my opponent. We do get 1 scam on the pumpkin. I would still think that we need to scam this croc. Let's see, 2 more spells here, a Shrivel and a Falling Stars. Okay, we could still win this off of a scam right now. We just need to smite that and lightning bolt that, or shrivel that. There we go. There we go. Never doubt the spells. Could go for True Love's Kiss, but we're going to roll for Forbidden Fruit and more mages. I think that that is definitely a way to go. Yeah, they could deal 27 damage to us just with that pumpkin, but I wasn't worried. So we could get a triple kidnap going on, but I don't think that that is necessarily worth it. I probably want to... Do I want to buy Wizard's Familiars? Just to make it golden? I don't care about that. Storm King is the next thing that we want to upgrade. And then, of course... Okay, wait, I do want Copycats. Okay. Selling everything for the Copycat here. Going to decline to cast Smite. I could do this right now. Nah, that's not worth it. Especially trying to get this Aeon Slay against the Ghost, I think is a good avenue to victory right now. Yeah, because it's 100% to slay. So that is really good. And they avoid our copycat, which is going to be nice stats across the rest of my board, too. Cool, cool, cool. And then I think that should potentially put us into the finals. We are looking to triple Storm King to get a Pandora's Box, Phoenix Feather. Wow, Phoenix Feather would be awesome. We do just have to worry about the Zelhua's scam. But right now we're up against the Dwarves player. Let's cast this first. It's just good econ, and I think we're going to be tossing the Forking Rod here. Yeah, I think we toss Forking Rod for Pandora's Box, because if we can Exodia this, that's just way too cool. This is interesting if we croc this, but I don't think we're ever doing that. I think I'm just looking for copycat. Well, I will take another Storm King, too. At some point, I toss this Aeon. I think I lock Pigomorph, too. Especially against the Zelhua. It's got some really good things it can hit. Sell Brave for Storm King, I suppose. Putting Storm King in 1. So that it's got max survivability. Could even play additional copycat. Like, you could play this here, and I don't think you'd be crazy to do so. That's a toughie. That's a definite toughie. I'm going to roll with this for now, though. And I am going to lock this Pigomorph. I think that we beat this Dwarves player pretty easily. But we'll see how much they scaled up, how many Echo Woods they have. Just 2 Echo Woods. Will Copycat get to attack? That is the question. Copycat will get to attack. So here comes 4 spells. And what spells do we get? A Fireball, a Glacial to take out Lordy, and that's it. But all of my other mages also cast 2 spells. And my Storm King is just as big as their Echo Woods. So, feeling pretty good. There's a scam. And, there's a kill. And then this will take out the Sphinx. No, they go to 1. They go to 1. Do we get Mirror Mirror? We got Mirror Mirror. We're Exodia build. Holy moly. This is Exodia build. These are the 3 best treasures that you can get in the game. We're just looking for a copycat now. And we literally have, in my opinion, the best build in the entire game. I'm down to just roll one more time and try to find the copycat. I mean, I think that's the play. This Lady of the Lake isn't particularly exciting. Could see going something like this, or this, or this. But I think a little bit of survivability on the copycat. What do you think is the best build in the game, if not this? This is it. I mean, I guess, but we just have so much opportunity to scam my opponent here that it's really, really tough for them to do anything. Do we play the double copycat? Round Table Mages? What do you replace here for Round Table? I mean, I do think Round Table Mimic Chest Singing Sword with Echo Woods is good, but I don't think Round Table Mages is necessarily the best. Both of our Storm Kings resummon to... Oh, they Pigoed us once. We Pigoed them once. This is going to be... I mean, not impossible, but pretty dang tough for my opponent to beat here. We get 4 spells, and we resummon the Copycat. Twice! We resummon the Copycat twice! Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this is bonkers. This is the best comp in the game. This is Exodia build. I don't care what you got to say. But no, it's I definitely appreciate dissenting opinions as well, but I'm happy. I've always wanted to pull off this treasure combination, but never quite got there. And pretty awesome to be able to do so on stream. You can give it to me. You can give it to me. Yeah, all of these mages are just summoning 2 more mages that then cast 2 more spells each. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. All right, and are we going to get to play one more game? I think we will be able to against this Sphinx. We get to triple our copycat, skip this treasure. We could take a Dwarven Forge just to style on him. So what spell is good against them? I guess a Pigomorph. Definitely not casting any ranged spells. Cool, get a few more stats. I'd like another Storm King potentially too. Not that I'm going to get too greedy here. All right, we'll grab a little bit more health. I'm not going to take these Aeons. Another copycat. Poison Apple's got to be good enough. We're only casting it once. Oh, there's the Forbidden Fruit. Well, we don't even have a use for Forbidden Fruit. Links are disabled in my chat. You can DM me the link, though, on Twitter or Twitch. Let's see. Will my opponent have enough stats to get through this crazy scam that we are working with here? So we get to resummon our copycat, cast 4 spells. This is awesome. This is so insane. Well, I'm glad I played one real game today after doing a bunch of speed running, because we put together some absolute craziness. Explosion from my opponent is right. Oh, you can also post YouTube links. You just post the end of the link if you want to request a song, like the YouTube code that comes after the equals sign if you want to make a song request. But I assume you were maybe linking to an image or something of your Exodia comp idea. Gotcha. Okay, that's what I figured. But that's a win, and that is a pretty good game. I'd call it the Exodia build. Imp Bloody disagrees. Let me know in the comments what you think. And you can also watch me live at twitch.tv/NoLucksGiven. I put out new Storybook Brawl videos every 12 hours, 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. EST. And thank you very much for watching. This was a pretty spicy game. I thought that was amazing too, Bosch. I thought that was amazing too.